try here. Let's see if it actually connects this time. I don't know what's happening today. I don't know what's going on here. I think we're good. I see, now maybe we're loading in live here. Guys, okay, I hit the live button on my stream, and I've literally been streaming to just myself for 5 minutes, and since you guys have been talking in the live chat, I thought I was live, dude. Oh my god, man. Oh my god. Are you kidding? That is by far, like, the oddest situation. Now, looking back on it, you can see I already started. Like, I already have my flips going as well. Oh my goodness. Anyway, welcome everybody to the stream today. I thought I was streaming for you, but I guess I wasn't. So, we should be up now. Good to see everybody here today. And now it looks like we're live. So, and now I have my chat working. No wonder my chat wasn't working. Also, I was ranting about this before, but I'll rant about it really quick again before we continue on with the flipping session. And here's the thing, guys. So you might notice, if you're very observant, I don't have my headphones in today. And the reason I don't have them is because I broke them, okay? I accidentally broke my earbuds yesterday, getting up from my computer. I, like, had them in, I got up to turn around, and completely ruined them. So I have no audio on my end, so you guys have to let me know in the live chat if things are sounding good. If the audio sounds good, please, you got to let me know, because I have absolutely zero insight into that, okay? Thank you for that. That was a little bit of a service announcement. Now, anyway, as I said, I was going back and I already started flipping, guys. I thought I was live before, but I wasn't. So we're going to do as best as we can to make up some profits here today. You can see we have the Dragon Claws first at currently our biggest margin of about like 300k or so, hopefully, on those. But anyway, the good old twist too far, you hate to see it. Good to see you, Jay. I said hi to a bunch of people as well. Let me just say it again. We have Mage Bison here. Good to see you. Jay, thanks for stopping by. Jesus, good to see you as well. Forrest Wonk, Chicken Dinner, Sushi. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in today. Let's get it. Sierra tried making his do-it-yourself AirPods. Okay, Alharith. Good to see you, man. Let's do the Dragon Warhammer next. We'll try to get a few of these going. Someone was flipping these in the Discord group earlier, and they were actually having a decent amount of success with them, so I'd like to do the same. See if we can get a good margin on those. Yeah, pretty decent margin on them. Nothing crazy, but definitely worth flipping. We'll go ahead and list a limit of those, which is going to run us about 267 million. Still have 628 GP, or million GP left. We're going to do the Amulet of Torture. We'll get a few of these going back and forth, see if we can make a little bit of profit on it, and we'll see how we can do today on that. Asmus101 says, well, a noon stream, question mark, exclamation point. I do have off work today. It is a US holiday today, so I am streaming a little bit earlier than I typically would on a Monday. And for some reason, I feel like you guys like the earlier streams a bit more because that's our European audience. Tune in to the fun and just kind of flip with us here, right? So I did want to go up as early as possible today. And that way, we can have a great stream with everybody here. So, welcome everybody to the stream today. Like I said, no headphones today. You gotta let me know how the audio sounds. I know I say it every single stream, but this time it really matters because I have zero insight into the music settings or my mic settings. So, do let me know. DJ Oman popping in as well over on Twitch. He says, yo, good to see you, DJ. Jay Hefner said, I suck, but then he says, JK, love the vids. Okay, I'm glad you corrected your statement, man. Do appreciate that. We have Lionel ONG says, greetings, good to see you. Snack Food OSRS popping in as well. Good to see you as well, Snack Food. Alharith says, for the 20 people watching on YouTube, be sure to drop a like for Sierra talking to himself for 5 minutes clueless. Well, it was weird because Streamlabs was saying that I was live, and in the bottom right, it had like an end stream button, but on YouTube, it wasn't showing like anything I was broadcasting, so I was like, oh, it's probably just glitched, and sure enough, I wasn't even broadcasting, so feels bad, man. Anyway, let's go ahead and do the Armadillo Godsword and the Bandos Godsword. These two items have had some pretty significant price movements over the past weekend here, so I do want to take advantage of that. These Armadillo God Swords have come down about 400k throughout the weekend, right? So we're going to try and kind of capitalize on that stretched margin here, see if we can make a little bit of money off it here today. We're going to do the same on the Bandos God Sword as well. I was going to flip on 2 accounts today, by the way. I do have my alt account bonded, but now I don't really feel like logging into it and setting it up, so we're probably not going to do that, although I do have it ready to go. So let's go ahead and get these Bandos God Swords going as well. We do already have the Armadillo God Swords listed on the Grand Exchange, ready to rip, and they're going to make us a decent profit here, it looks like, so we'll just kind of be patient and try to let a few of those buy up. Now, yesterday, I did try to flip the Armadillo God Swords, but I didn't have a ton of luck getting them to buy, which I actually find is pretty rare for the God Swords in general. Usually, they're a pretty consistent, pretty easy to hit flip. We have Mage Mai saying, LMAO, I'm back from getting a coffee, so the noobs decides to actually stream for us. Why am I a noob, okay? I'm only a noob when I leave the Grand Exchange, okay? But if I never leave... You catching my drift here? Exactly. Jay Hefner said, the Premiere chat also made it less obvious, LOL. Yeah, I was like looking at the chat and I was like, oh, hey, everybody, and like announcing everyone that was here. It could just completely... I don't know, maybe I'm stupid. Working out while listening to you, let's both get gains. Hey, you're getting the gains that matter. I'm just getting some more pixels in my cash stack. Good to see you, Peppa Chicken. Thank you for tuning in today. Now, guys, if you're not already in our Discord group, be sure to join us with the link in the description below. We would love to have you in there. We have a Discord dedicated to flipping and money making in old school RuneScape, and we'd love to have you join it, but we're not really giving a good showcase of it right now, as we're currently down about 562k off the margin checks. But I have no doubt in my mind we're going to be able to make that back very, very easily. This usually happens early on in the streams anyway. So, we're kind of sitting back on everything right now. I'm looking at these Bandos chest plates and these Bandos tassets. I'm not seeing any price movement on them. What I'm going to go do is knock up the price on both of the chest plates and the tassets here, and just try to get them actually moving, because at this point in time, we're not getting any luck on the buy offers. So we're going to adjust both of those around here. Not the God Swords here. We'll get these. I'm not too crazy about hunting the tassets down because the margin's not that good, but I would like to flip it since we did pay for the margin check. We might as well go ahead and do it. Snack Food says, get real XP, man. I will never do that. I did get a little bit of strength XP though, but I haven't done it in about a week and a half. DJ says, I had a little bit of luck this morning, but you're already doing better on the Zenite. Well, we haven't even gotten anything to sell yet, so it's kind of hard to gauge if we are going to be doing good or not. But if I, had to guess, it does look like we're going to succeed on it, so we'll have to see what happens. The real thieving XP, says Jay. It's not really thieving, though. I mean... Basically, oh gosh, I just hit my microphone. Apologize, guys. Basically, what flipping is you're providing convenience for people, right? You're like saving people time for GP. Because people come onto the Grand Exchange, they want to instantly buy something. You're there to provide it with that quantity. So, someone wants a Dragon Warhammer instantly, you sell it to them at a higher price. People that don't want to wait for something to sell and they want their gold instantly, they sell the Dragon Warhammer at a lower price. So, you're kind of just trading that in between. You're trading on that margin, and you're providing convenience to players to buy items instantly. It's actually good to have people who are flipping items. It's healthy for the economy, and it makes things a lot more, it's like liquid is what they call it. A lot more volume is a lot better for everybody, so it's good to see. DJ says, not a little bit of luck, little luck. Well, DJ, I know you've made a lot in the past, and you've definitely come up with some significant GP gains over your time with us here, but, hey, sometimes flipping's not going to be amazing, man, and I am kind of looking, I feel like these Dragon Claws are going to do pretty good for us today. I don't know what it is. The margin on them was just really good, so I'd like to see if we can actually sell them, and if we can get, like, a few pairs of those off, we'll be really, really solid for the rest of the session. We also have the Necklaces of Anguish buying up. We also have the Dragon Warhammers coming in as well. The margin on these Anguishes was not that big. It was about 10k, so that's not really something I would normally flip, but we're just going to do it because why not? feel like I say that a lot. I'm like, hey, this is not something I normally flip, and then I flip it on live stream anyway, like every single time. So that would make it a normal flip, would it not? Anyway, these Dragon Claws are selling extremely quickly. Super nice on those. Zwol says, hello, Master. Good to see you, Zwol. Thank you for stopping by over on YouTube. Guys, we're 322K in profit already, just off selling those Dragon Claws. Extremely good start to the session. Very happy with that. And those Bandos Tacitus are buying. No luck on the chest plates yet. We're going to cut back on the chest plates then, and we'll cycle into another item. And I'm thinking we do the Primordial Boots next. Love flipping the Primordial Boots, and they were really good for me last night. I was clearing over 100K on the Primordial Boots, which honestly, super solid on Prims. If you can get a 100K margin on Primordials, like, you're in the clear, basically. I mean, the reason they're so good is because the limit is higher than you would expect. It's a 15 every 4 hours limit, so you can really put a lot of Primordial Boots up and make a good bit of money on it. And anyway, we're going to see. Jay Hefner says, oh, I wasn't talking about the flipping. I think flipping plus the economy is one of the best things about RuneScape. Dude, any MMO, I love the player markets. It's like my favorite thing about the game. It's just, if you think about it, it's really freaking cool that, like, a game literally has a virtual economy. I don't know. It's just kind of interesting to think about. And lots of MMOs are like that. Some are more active than others. And we could talk about that for quite a long time. Queen Saraha says, those are amateur numbers. We need to pump those up. Isn't that from a movie? Isn't that from Wolf of Wall Street? He's like, those are rookie numbers. Anyway. It's in like one of the first scenes where Leonardo DiCaprio is talking to Matthew McConaughey. And they're like at the restaurant eating. And anyway, that's just, it sounds like very similar to what they say in the movie. Anyway, we got these Armadillo God Swords off. We're almost at 1,000,000 GP. Again, we didn't make that much on the Necklace of Anguish, so we're just going to walk away with those with our profit and just kind of leave it there for now. I do want to go ahead and do the Justiciar armor sets. Well, we just cleared a mil profit. Crazy. So we're going to do the Justiciar sets next. We'll see if we can make a little bit of money on these. And let's see if we can get some profit on it. Basically zero profit on this thing right now. I'm not even going to flip that. Let's do the Dragon Hunter Lance next. We'll see if we can get a good margin on those. By the way, guys, if you have any questions about what to flip with your hashtag or anything related to flipping, please let me know in the live chat. I would love to help you out. Also, if you're not with us on Discord, I highly recommend checking it out and maybe joining us. We have a Discord dedicated to flipping and money making in old school RuneScape. And look, we'd love to have you there, okay? We're doing this 24/7 in that Discord. We almost cleared a mil on the Dragon Claws. I'm not going to cycle back into them because I feel like we got really lucky on them in the current situation. I think we should just walk away with that profit and not get greedy. I don't want them to crash on us, although it does look like they are going up in price. But I don't think we're going to get a very good price listing on them going forward. I think if we do list them, we're going to have to wait for quite some time to actually buy some up, right? So I'm not going to go back into them. We're going to walk away with flipping 5 of them for about a 977K profit. We still have a couple more slots open here. 328 million GP ready to deploy onto the Grand Exchange. What are we going to flip? It's going to be the Carol's Leather Top next. We'll see if we can get a pump in margin on this bad boy. I was looking at a really good margin on this yesterday, but now today, the margin not the same, so we're going to stay away from that. We'll do the Imbued Heart next. That's actually been making me some good money as well, the Imbued Heart. It's one of those flips that takes a little bit longer, and it's not very consistent, but can make you a lot of money, so not a great margin on it today, about 40K, so I will do it, but it's nothing that I would, brag about or go crazy about. We're just going to flip 3 of them for now, and then we'll leave it there. We'll also do the Abyssal Bludgeon as well, because, look, I have been neglecting the Bludgeon flips these past few streams, and I really do think it is a solid item. I mean, flipping the Bludgeon, it's actually flips very similar to the Imbued Heart, but on top of that, it trades a little bit quicker, which is always a plus, and the margin on it today is just absolutely terrible. We'll flip 1, and we'll get away from that as quickly as possible. We have the Derpy Burp giving us a follow over on Twitch. Thank you, Derp. Do appreciate that. Good to see you. Hope you come to the raid tonight as well. And by the way, we're going to sell these Bandos God Swords back. We have the Abyssal Bludgeon as well. We're going to turn around and sell that. And I think we're good on that. Yeah, we're good with that price listing. Let's go ahead and list the Amulets of Torture as well. We'll do... yeah, that looks good to me. And everything looks good right now. We'll just let everything sit. We're about 1 mil in profit, 14 minutes into the stream. Good to see everybody. Thank you for stopping by today. Be sure to let me know if you have any questions about flipping or money making in the live chat. And thank you for stopping by. Chicken Dinner over on Twitch says, I've been actively getting XP, so throwing in the low risk, high volume items, Bloods, Dragon Darts, Zulwar Scales, Revenant Ether, Death Runes, Dragon Arrows. Whew, he really put into some effort into this this chat here. He says 1 mil in the past 24 hours on utilities, so the proof of high volume works for people. I might have messed that up, but yes, high volume items are extremely easy to flip. They're going to net you super safe profits. And honestly, if you're not flipping high volume in RuneScape, you're really missing out, because high volume is extremely easy. Even if you have billions of GP and you want to do stuff that's super safe, just flip high volume. You're going to be able to make a ton of money. So glad that's been working out for you, Chicken Dinner. We have DJ saying, so what are some good items at 250 mil-ish? I'm finding myself stuck with 10 to 20 mil with all slots filled. Make sure you're still flipping Armadillo Godsword, Bandos Godsword, 250 mil, Carols, like all those barrels items are good. Berserker Rings, Archer's Rings, don't forget those. Toxic Blowpipe, Toxic Staff, Staff of Light, those are great. Guardian Boots are really good. I would start dabbling with Justiciar pieces if you haven't already. I wouldn't do the sets. I would do the face guards and the legs. I find those tend to be the best, although they are a little bit risky, DJ, so just keep that in mind. But if you get lucky on them, you should be able to flip them for between 90 and 150k each, so it can actually be very profitable. You can clear a mil on the face guards without too much issue most days. So just look into that. I think they're pretty solid flips to go ahead and experiment with. But regardless, guys, we're at 1.4 mil profit, 450 mil in the cash stack today. What should we flip next? I'm thinking the Armadillo chain skirt's coming up next, and we're going to see if we can get a solid margin on this today. When I'm flipping the Armadillo chain skirt, I'm usually looking for an 80k plus margin, but I will take less than that. Today, it looks like we're clearing about 60k, so that looks about fine to me. We'll go ahead and list a few of those, let them do their thing. We'll put a full limit of 7 in there and kind of let them operate and show us what's good. Yesterday, there was a crazy margin. As well on what? What had a crazy margin? I must have missed it. Guardian Boots, Justiciar face / legs will get added to my list, thanks. You could also do the Dexterous Prayer Scroll as well, but this is an item that if it doesn't go your way, you got to exit the flip immediately, because they just keep going down in price, and I wouldn't recommend holding on to them. I think the Dexterous Prayer Scroll in the short term has good opportunity, but anything over a 2-week timeline, I wouldn't hold on to them. Anyway, let's go ahead and check the Zamorak and Hasta here today. We did get the Bludgeon off, so we covered our margin check cost on that. Let's see if we can get a little bit of money back on this Hasta as well. A pretty decent margin on the Hasta. Gonna take that. And we'll get about 7 of those going here. List that, let it do its thing. 214 mil left. Let's go ahead and get some safe high volume stuff in. That's going to net us some easy profits here. And that's, for us, is going to be the Mahogany Plank here on today's live stream. The Mahogany Plank is one of... It's a really good flip when you're progressing towards a higher cash stack, but you still want some high volume items to flip. Mahogany planks are really good. So people with 50 mil plus should be doing the Mahogany planks, and you can actually pair that with the oak planks as well, which are for a little bit smaller cash stacks. I mean, an oak plank flip, maybe you want to flip it with 25 mil. Oak planks are a pretty good flip. You can usually get at least 3 GP on them, and today we're going to get a little bit more than that, so very happy with that. We'll go ahead and list the limit here and let it do its thing. Dragon Plate Body is 100k margin. For me, it's pretty good. The Dragon Plate Body is a good flip. That being said, I find the volume is pretty low on them, and if you're only getting 100k on the Plate Body, but you're having some difficulty buying and selling them, then I don't find that it's that good of an item, right? Because you're putting a ton of cash up and a ton of effort into one item slot just for it to take a while to flip. That's just my experience. Maybe they do flip fast for you, but not for me. Asmus says, getting my alt ready for Nightmare Zone farming. Is it point farming? Like, what are you farming? You can't get, any, like, real drops in there, can you? Got everything listed here. This is what, like, look, if you are flipping at the Grand Exchange a lot, this is what you love to see. Full Grand Exchange filled up to the brim with items. I mean, you can't really complain about that. And it's all yellow, so we know things are moving. Or orange? Is that yellow or orange? Can't really... I guess it's more of an orange. Chicken Dinner says, I am currently doing plank making for 99 mage, 35k stack incoming in the next few days. I mean, mahogany planks are already pretty high volume to begin with, so I don't think you dumping your supply onto the exchange will have too big of an impact. I mean, if it does, hey, I'm ready to buy the dip, you know what I mean? Didn't take my allergy medicine today. I forgot. I'm gonna take it right now. We have all the mahogany planks as well, guys. We're going to turn around and sell those. We had a really good margin on these. It looked like we were going to clear like 15 GP on these. So we'll see if we can actually do that. And I can't even take my medicine. We have all the Dragon Warhammers selling off, and we have the chain skirts finishing up on their buy offer here. Super, super good all around. We'll go ahead and list those back onto the exchange. We'll also do the Armadillo. I don't love the Armadillo crossbow, but... we'll do the chest plate, and then if the chest plates go well, then we'll do the crossbow. Maybe we'll have the triple threat, the triple play on all of that, but we'll have to see. And we have another follow over on Twitch from CH. Good to see you, CH. Thank you for joining us on Twitch. We do appreciate that. Be sure to check out our YouTube channel as well, where we make a ton of flipping and money-making content for you guys to enjoy. And there's going to be a new flipping guide coming out sometime next week. I just recorded it yesterday. I'm going to try to edit that today for you guys. And I'll try to get another guide in the pipeline, I guess, for release maybe next week as well, maybe next Friday. Stats and point farming, says Asmus. You get herb boxes, which are decent money. Yeah, I've never really spent my points on herb boxes. I really should do that, but it, you know, it just doesn't seem like that great of money at this point in the game. I mean, herbs are super cheap right now, so I can't imagine the return is that good. But I mean, if you're going for stats, then it makes sense. I just never, like, I never really thought stat farming was a thing. I guess it is. I guess you could call it stat farming. Usually when people say farming, though, in an MMO, it's like farming gold, right? That's every time someone says farming, I think gold. So, anyway. Craig ARG says, sup, how many accounts are you flipping on? Today, Craig, we're only flipping on one account, although sometimes we do 2 accounts. But on live stream, I rarely do more than that, just because it gets a little bit too unmanageable. CH says, actually, was just watching your 10 to 100 mil flipping. While I was watching, I was flipping for the first time, and I made 500k. Congrats, CH, on the 500k. Do appreciate you checking out that series. And I really need to make another episode for that. Maybe I'll try to get some clips today, and we'll put something together there, because I've been slacking on that series. Regardless, let's go ahead and sell these prims back, and we'll see if these actually do sell for their original margin. I think they will, because they kind of, like, didn't sell that quickly, so... or they didn't buy that quickly, and they stopped buying after we bought 3 of them. So they should sell. Usually that means the price has gone up if your offer stops buying, which is a good sign. Would have liked to get a few more, though. Craig ARG says, do you think there is any merit to flipping based on technicals over different time frames? I do some combo of margin flipping and longer term stuff. Let me read this again. I don't think I really understood that. Let's see. Oh, flipping based on technicals over different time frames. I mean, yes. You know, I don't think technicals really play that much into the old school, like, Grand Exchange. It's more, if anything, it's more updates and, like, Reddit hype. If you're trying to get in on, like, really big investments, then it's usually, like, surrounded by update hype. I mean, technicals aren't great because here's the thing is, like, for example, here's a great investment that everyone loves to meme on me about that went horribly wrong. That is the grape investment that I made. you know, at the time, grapes looked like a really good opportunity. So I bought a bunch of them, and they just kept going down and down and down. They were at their lowest point. They even hit a little bit of resistance, and I thought we were good to go. So I bought a bunch of them. It didn't go our way. That just goes to show you that Jagex at any point could put in an update that could completely throw your item off. And in that example, grapes were completely destroyed by the what are they called? Amazon Prime events that came into RuneScape, completely destroyed my investment really, really badly. So that just goes to show that even if the technicals are good, Jagex can still ruin your investment, and it's always something you have to keep in mind. The longer you hold that item, the more risky it is that it does get, you know, hurt by some update. So just keep that in mind. But I mean, you could trade on technicals if you wanted to. It might be a little bit overkill though. And how do you determine if the opportunity cost versus the increased ROI is worth it or not? That's really up to you. I mean, the bigger of a bank you have, the more comfortable most people are locking a little bit of that bank up because they have plenty to actively flip with. That being said, you know, that's not something I really look that far into, to be quite honest. As far as investments go, I don't really pump them that much or recommend them that much here on our live stream, and that's just because this is the most basic method of flipping, which is active flipping, which I think most people have heard about before or are interested in at the least, and this is where we try to teach most people and try to start people out is with this style of active flipping. But they're all great questions, Craig, just not really something that I really know too much about. I guess I would say you can make an investment if I would say no more than like 50% of your cash invested into items, even if you're super, super wealthy, in my opinion. Tons of comments coming in today, though, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in today. And Craig's final comment, he says, imagine if you could see real-time price action on items. It would legit be like playing the stock market. It would be super cool, but it would definitely change flipping a lot. So we'd have to see how that would play out into the actual market. Regardless, though, we still have a bill on hand, and instead of slacking and sitting here doing nothing, let's put it to work. I think we're going to try the Ceratoman Godsword next. Sometimes the price checks on these can be absolutely brutal, so we have to be a little bit careful with how we throw this thing around here. Luckily, it was not too bad today. Really good margin on it, though. Well, not really that good, but good enough to go ahead and flip a few of these. We'll take that to the stack. I do want to try and flip a scythe today on stream. I feel like we should maybe get a scythe going here. Might be a little bit fun to do that. So I'm going to pull up the GE tracker over on my other monitor here and see if we can actually trade a scythe back and forth. Would be quite a good time. I know you guys like when I try to flip the bigger items, so I'll go ahead and show you how it's done here. Let's see. Looks like they are making a slight price recovery here today. Good to see. We'll see if that buys up. Don't know if it will, but we'll let it sit for a couple of minutes. Brawler says volatiles went up loads since yesterday, made 1.5 mil margin twice on them, but now I regret not holding it overnight. Brawlers, that's awesome to see, man. The thing about those like overnight flips where you're holding those lower volume items for, you know, over 24-hour periods is it can get a little bit spooky holding those because it could crash on you. Like, trust me, I'm all about taking that profit. I should maybe hold some of my flips longer just by looking at graphs, but usually I just sell any overnight I have off and just take the profit to the stack. I mean, you never really know what's going to happen to the item. So, I mean, in my opinion, if you have gains, you should take them unless, you know, you've calculated something else or a longer time frame. Maybe you're saying, hey, let me enter this investment with, you know, planning to sell it off in 6 weeks. And at 6 weeks, I'm selling it no matter what. Then, you know, it's a little like when if you do an overnight and then you're like, oh, let me hold this item, that is a bad strategy because you only predicted the overnight price. You didn't go into that flip thinking like, hey, this item might be worth more in a month. You went into that saying, hey, I'm going to sell this off tomorrow morning for a profit. So I never recommend just like buying an item overnight that you were going to overnight flip and then being like, hey, let me hold this as an investment, because that's not how you originally calculated it. If that makes sense. Or maybe it's just another Scapenomics rant. Who knows? Craig ARG says, my biggest flip, but it was a month plus hold, was like under 700 mil. That's freaking insane, dude. Congrats on that, man. That's a massive flip. He says, do you use something to manage your GE buy limit cooldowns? Not really. I would, not really. Just because on stream, most of the time, I'm flipping high volume stuff or stuff that's like not super hard to track. If I'm off stream, usually I don't do enough of like flips in a 4-hour period to ever really hit a limit because I'm trying to focus on some bigger margin stuff, right? Inquisitor, Scythe. But if you did want to manage them, you could just track them in the side here with the Flipping Utilities plugin. As you can see, I've flipped 7 Dragon Hunter Lances so far, so I could go ahead and flip another if I'd like, but I don't think we're going to do that. I still have 2 left on the Dragon Claws as well, so Flipping Utilities does do a great job of tracking where your limits are at, which I guess I really appreciate. I never really thought about it, though. We'll go ahead and do these Zamorak and Hostas are right back on the exchange. Pretty good margin on those, so I am hoping they end up buying up here. We'll also do the Toxic Staff as well, hoping for a good margin on this one, guys. Fingers crossed. This thing has just been an absolute beast these past couple of weeks, but if I had to guess, it's probably settled down as far as price goes, and that does tend to be the case here on this one. We will go ahead and do 2 of them, though, just to try to make a little bit of money and walk away with that profitable. We'll also go ahead and get the Dragon... Sorry, not the Dragon Bolts. The Dragon Darts, we're going to go ahead and list those here. We'll see if we get a little bit of money on them. Dragon Darts are a really funky flip. They are a high volume flip, but they're not something I really recommend newer players really try out because they can be profitable, but they swing a lot in price, so you have to be very careful about that. We also cleared those oak planks as well, so on the mahogany planks we made 194k, okay? One limit of mahogany planks, okay? 194k. To people that say high volume is not worth your time, I think that's worth your time. How much should we put into that? Like 20 mil for that? Anyway, 194k, super nice on that. Also 39k on the oak planks. I mean, both planks flipped, 200k plus, super nice. Let's go ahead and do 194 million GP. We'll do the Dexterous. The Dexterous is like a while to trade, and their margins do fluctuate a lot, but they are slow most of the time. So we're going to go ahead and flip a few of these here. We paid for a pretty decent margin check on them, so that does give me hope that the margin is going to be pretty good here today. So we'll have to go ahead and see. But anyway, guys, thank you for tuning in today. If you are enjoying the stream, be sure to drop a like. It really does help me out a lot. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see more content like this. I'm always bringing flipping content and flipping live streams to the channel for you guys to enjoy, so hopefully you do enjoy it. And we've already got a Dexterous Prayer Scroll buying in as well. Super nice. 2.5 mil in profit. 32 minutes in. Good to see. Battle Staff flipping is really underrated, says Craig. Dude, I agree 100%. Battle Staff's amazing high volume flip as well, and I usually recommend that to people. We have Vulcan as well popping in over on YouTube. He says, hello, Chad. Good to see you, Vulcan. Thank you for tuning in again today. We do appreciate it, man. Jay Hefner says, I'll go ahead and show you how it's done here. Famous last words before going into the Sanguestes. Oh, man. The spooky Sanguestes, they always get me, man. Craig says, I forget if I asked, but do you flip on more than one account? Most of the time, I usually only flip on one on live stream. Sometimes we flip on 2. If I'm off stream, like, it depends. If I'm lazy, I'll only do 1 and try to chase some high margin stuff. If I'm feeling more active and I'm really trying to profit seek, I'll usually do 2 accounts. But I usually don't do more than that. Although we do have a stream where we flipped on 6 accounts at once, which was, it was kind of crazy to manage that. Zwall says, I found that the Wrath Rune is great for overnight flips. If you are lucky, there is a 40 GP margin. That's really insane, actually, considering how high the limit is. And it's a rune. So, anyway, I'll have to take a look at that. Thank you, Zwall. Wild Muffin also popping in over on Twitch. He says, what's up, Scape? Good to see you, Wild. Do appreciate it, man. Thanks for tuning in. Saints Van in advance says the Jug of Water with a massive fall from grace, trading over 100 GP a couple of weeks ago, down to about 35 GP today. Absolutely brutal crash on the item. Hope you don't have too many, Saints Van. Q Levy says Wrath Runes are pretty good at times during the day too. And then we have Anthony popping in as well. He says, over on YouTube, good to see you, man. He says, are you the Wolf of Wall Street, but on old school? I like the suit. Thank you, Anthony. Do appreciate it. We try to keep it fresh. I'm not going to be the self-proclaimed Wolf of Wall Street, but a lot of people make that reference, yes. Anyway, guys, we're just sitting back, kicking back. I have no headphones today. It feels really awkward to stream without headphones on because I broke them, which is quite sad, as you can see. We talked about it earlier, but I got up and walked away from my PC and forgot to take the headphones off. Can I get an F in the chat for no headphones? It is what it is, I guess. So I don't know how anything sounds. So hopefully audio sounds good. Hopefully the music sounds good. Let me know if it does. And thank you guys for tuning in today. That's really all I have to say. Let's make some money here today. 34 minutes into the stream. 2.5 mil in profit. No luck on those Armadillo chain skirts yet. Also, no luck on the Scythe of Vitur yet. We are still waiting for that to buy out here. The Scythe I was flipping yesterday, and it was a little bit lower in price, about 10 mil lower. So it's up 10 mil today, which is not super shocking, but I would have, I wish I flipped one overnight. That would have been quite nice. Does that title come with the Margot Robbie RSGF? Okay, if it comes with the GF, then yeah, I'll self-proclaim the title, okay? Because that girl is a cutie. Anyway, Vulcan says, the man literally is getting in a suit for all of you, but you guys are not even giving a like, SMH. Hey, be sure to drop a like if you are enjoying it. It really does help me out a lot. And thank you for everyone watching over on Twitch as well. Big shout out to you guys, as that's kind of our newer venture is Twitch. So I hope you guys are enjoying it over there. How is it over there? Things looking okay? I know it needs some adjustments. We'll get the bits up there in a little bit here, and we'll get, you know, everything associated with the Twitch affiliate up and ready to go. Jay Hepner says, yeah, where are those likes, boys? Hey, we're doing good so far. Craig IRG says, let's see a T-bow flip. Hey, if we can flip the Scythe a few times, I'll go ahead and do a T-bow too. No problems, man. We have Lake Casey popping in as well with the waving symbol. Good to see you, Lake. Thank you for tuning in today, man. And yeah, let's just kind of wait for a couple items here. One thing we do not have to wait for is this Armadillo chain skirt, though. I mean, I thought we'd be able to sell these pretty easily, and we're kind of getting burned a little bit on them, so we do have to be careful going to sell this off here. We'll take a little bit smaller of a margin on them. They have been sitting for 15 minutes, so that's a little bit too long. I would not have let them sit there normally, but when I'm on live stream talking to you guys, I always forget, and I always let items sit for too long. So anyway, it is what it is. Jordan Edmonds says, nice suit, man. New viewer. Good to see you, Jordan. Thank you for tuning in. I'm glad you enjoy the suit, man. We keep it nice and fresh here. And to be real, it could use a nice dry cleaning, but I think it looks nice. Sitting back, waiting for some of these flips to sell off. We do need to like bump up the margin on the Scythe just a little bit here. I'm going to go a little bit riskier on it. Price bump, I'm hoping it doesn't buy instantly. But, you know, there's a very real situation where it does, but we'll have to see. No instant buy, good to see, man. Mike LaPanda says, I wonder when we're going to see Sierra not wearing a suit. Heyo, by the way. As far as not wearing the suit goes, I mean, like, I would maybe, I don't know. If I did a PVM stream one day and I wasn't feeling it, I wouldn't put on the suit. But for any, like, flipping session, I think I'll pretty much always have the suit on. Regardless, though, we got to move a lot of these items around here because we were doing really good profit-wise, like a lot of money was flowing in, but now we're seeing a little bit of stagnation here. We've been about 2.59 mil for a couple minutes here, so that Scythe bought a little bit too quickly for my liking as well, but that doesn't mean it is the end of the world by any means on that. We'll go ahead and try to sell this back here. That looks about good. We should be able to get that off. If we can, that'll be a nice little flip there. It's not a huge margin on it, but if you can flip, if you're trying to find the margin on an item that's a little bit lower volume, so or an item that you wouldn't want to price check, so for example, Scythe, as long as you don't instant buy it, you're, first of all, that's a big plus. If you don't instant buy it by accident, that's a huge plus. Second, if you can walk away profitable on your first flip where you were trying to find the margin, that is extremely helpful. In this example here, if we can sell off this scythe for this price point, then what I'm going to do is cycle back into the flip, but with a lower buy offer, because we ended up buying the scythe really quickly, and we could probably buy it for cheaper considering how fast we actually bought it. It was almost an instant buy, but not really. It took about 30 seconds. So that's just important to keep in mind. Like, if you could make profit on that first flip where you're trying to find the margin, you're in an extremely good spot. If anything, you should only be losing like 100, 200K, and then you'll make that back up because now you know where the margin is, but you should try to avoid that at all costs. Craig ARG says, so what is your biggest flip today so far? We just got on for the day, started to do some flipping. Typically on days where I live stream, the first day or the first time that I'm flipping is actually the live stream. So today we're currently up about 977K on the Dragon Claws. That's been our biggest flip of the session so far. We also have the Dragon Hunter Lances bringing us a nice 400K, and the Dragon Warhammers also bringing us 366K. So pretty solid flips all around. Nothing to go like crazy over, but I mean, I'm not really going to complain about that. The Dragon Claws was a super good flip, so I was happy with that. But anyway, let's go ahead and sell these Armadillo chest plates back. We'll try to get these off. I do have a feeling that these are going to be a little bit more difficult to sell, just considering that the Armadillo... Okay, they instantly sold, and we did make a profit on them, so that is good, as I double-checked it, and we got the scythe off as well, so that's going to bring us to 3 million GP, super nice, and let's go back and flip another one of those, and like I said before, we're going to list this one for a little bit lower. I think I'll go like somewhere around there, should end up actually buying, and that way the next flip here we can secure a little bit more profit. That first scythe we didn't make that much money on. I think we made about 400K, so that's a little bit too small of a margin for me. I'm trying to get at least I try to get at least 750K plus on the scythe, at least. I'm really trying to aim for like 900K to a mil, so that's where we're at right now. If we can flip this next one, should net us about 900K as long as we can succeed on it. Phone died, but we still got Twitch, says Jay Hefner. Good to see that, Jay. He's got the, what do they call that? Shoot, it's a, you got a disaster recovery plan. That's what it is. It's for the live stream. That's good, because I don't have that. If the internet goes out, the stream's screwed, okay? Anyway. Craig says, we should have a competition sometime for fun, like each person starts with X amount of GP and see who can make the most in a certain time period. Craig, I want to do that. I really do. And what I was thinking was we do a live stream where we have like 8 contestants who all they have to do, there's going to be like 2 requirements. They're going to be like, for example, everyone starts with 100 mil or something, and everyone has to broadcast, not through YouTube or Twitch or anything, but through Discord. They have to broadcast their screen. And what I could do is, like, I could bounce through all the contestants and kind of do commentary on top of what they're flipping and what I think they're going for, and we can see who's in the lead and stuff like that. I don't know. I think that would be really cool. And then the winner takes all the profits from the session, and we'll do a draw party and make it fun as well. You know, the winner will get the winnings. I'll do a draw party just to make it fun. Stoof, I'm sure, will help me out because he always does. What a good guy. But yeah, I think that would be a lot of fun. I don't really know the logistics of it because if you could see people's margins, then, you know, anyone could watch the live stream and cheat, see what other people are flipping. But if we thought about the logistics a little bit more, I think that would make for a really good, like, live stream. We'll do, like, a 2-hour session, who can make the most. And yeah, winner takes all, man. Skelly Dom says, love the consistency in the streams, man. Good luck with the flips. Do appreciate that, Skelly. Thank you, man. That would be fun. Purely GE flipping, of course. Yeah, only GE flipping. No other money-making methods. And that's why they need to broadcast it the whole time, to make sure they're not cheating or doing some other kind of method that's making them money. Regardless, though, let's go ahead and do the Armadillo Helmets here. Do want to try to get a good margin check on these. And yeah, this looks pretty decent. We'll go ahead and list a couple of those, let them do their thing. I like how I'm flipping all the Armadillo items, but, like, we can't even sell the chain skirts, so do they even deserve to be flipped? I don't know, man. For someone who hasn't played in half a year, says Mike LaPanda, there have been many big changes in items that can be flipped / have become way more or less profitable to flip with about 250 mil-ish. Mike, man, why aren't you playing? You got to get back on. You got to start flipping, man. We miss you here on the exchange. Now, we do have 355 mil. I have to put this to work. I'm being really, really lazy right now. Let's go ahead and do the... Actually, let's do the Dragon Hunter Crossbow, actually. I'd like to get those really consistent items first, and then we can maybe move into some stuff that's maybe a little bit more risky, but we are still waiting for that scythe to come in. As long as we can flip this next one, we'll have a good amount of profit. And regardless of that, though, let's go ahead and list a few of the Dragon Hunter Crossbows here. We're going to see if we can get a couple of those flipped. And let's see. We'll get 3 of them listed and ready to do their thing here on the Grand Exchange today. Give each participant a unique role that only has access. Oh, that's actually a good idea, Brawlers. That's a really good idea. I'll have to look into that, man. Yeah, it's a good idea, but, like, getting the, you know, it's just kind of, logistically, it's not that easy to do. You have to have people who are ready to join the competition and stuff like that, and who do you decide who joins it and who doesn't and things, yeah, I don't know. It's just, there's a lot of logistics that go into it, but, we could do it. I mean, if people are interested, then, like, we could get some, like, a submission page open, we can get some entries ready, and we'll just, gauge people and see, hey, when can you do this, live stream? Can we make some, you know, can we make this a reality? Like, a flipping tournament. Like, that would be freaking sick, man. And then we, like, whoever won could have, like, some, like, I don't know, like, they could be given, like, a special title in Discord that's, like, unique, and that would be, like, the championship title. And then if we have another one in the future, like, it would be the reigning champion has to defend it. I don't know. That seems kind of cool. I mean, I don't know. How do you guys feel about that one? I'm getting kind of hyped thinking about it. Little late, but let's get it, says Jordan Savage. Absolutely, man. We're going to get as much money as we can coming in here today. 3.1 mil in profit so far, looking really snazzy here today. But anyway, I mean, we're just trying to get all this profit in. We have not sold any of the Armadillo chain skirts. That's probably the only item I'm a little bit hairy about. Although the toxic staves, I'm sort of upset we haven't gotten those off yet, because we're waiting about 9 minutes on those for a margin of like 20k each. Just really not even worth it. This was actually a pretty bad idea to go ahead and flip these in the first place, but that being said, we'll try to get them off and at least walk away with a little bit of money on it today, guys. Let's go. A flipping trophy for the winner, lol. Exactly, it's like the heavyweight belt or whatever they call it. 30-second elevator pitch on why you should join the tournament. I mean, it's more going to be finding the people who can all join at the right time. That's going to be the biggest thing. And people who can broadcast their screen at like a decent viewing quality, right? Because if it has to be at a decent quality so that I can show the screen on stream and like it won't be a problem. You know what I mean? If that makes sense. I want the Master 1 title. Rip. Rip, Mage Mice. Sounds like a sick idea. Yeah, just logistically, it's pretty hard to put together, but I can think about it. I can think about it. Ezio TV popping in as well with the wave. Good to see you, Ezio. Thank you for tuning in, man. Do appreciate it. 29 likes over on YouTube. Can someone just smack that like button, get that up to 30? That's all I'm asking, man. That's all I'm asking. Brawler says the marches on face guards are pretty good right there. I'm 8 for 8 if anyone wants to go for it. I'm not going to be going for it, but if people in the chat, definitely go ahead and attack that. That's all you guys, man. Let's go ahead and get another 3 of the Dragon Hunter crossbows on here. No luck on the scythe yet. We're going to let that sit for about until maybe like 8 minutes, 30 seconds, and then we'll cut back on it and give it a little bit of a price bump upwards. You know, we might be able to, maybe we could have sold the scythe for more than I thought. Anyway, I don't know. We'll have to keep a close eye on it. I'll boost the Discord so the quality of the streams could be 1080. That would make a big difference. But don't do it yet. Don't do it yet, Peppa, man. We'll figure out the logistics of it. If we actually do put something like this together, you guys will have a pretty good heads up on it. And we'll try to schedule it like a month out or something. OSRS Help says, hello, 3.1 mil in 45 minutes. Doing pretty good so far, OSRS Help. Pretty good day on the exchange today, I would say. We've got a couple items that aren't doing a ton for us, but that being said, we have had a lot of luck doing some other stuff, so I don't know, I can't really complain too much. We did get those hosses off. At least we got, I think we sold 2 of them off for a pretty good margin here, so. Oh my. I keep burping on the streams. Does anyone notice that? A little bit awkward. Douglas says, I'm all for the flipping competition. You, Queen Saraha, and a few other streamers. I definitely would want to put Queen Saraha in it as well, but the way I think of it is like, I can't compete if I have to broadcast the tournament. Does that make sense? So in my eyes, I just want to be doing commentary on everybody's flipping. I think that would be the best way to do it, because that way everybody gets showcased in the competition. I'll be able to like switch to their screens. We can show what they're flipping. We have to find some way to cover the margins or something like that, because if we don't, then you could see how, you know, it would be cheating if someone else saw those margins or saw what someone was flipping and tried to sabotage them in one way or another. Jordan Savage says, Scape, what would you do instead of trying to stream everyone at once? Get however many people you want in the tournament, give them 1 hour time limit, and just record their Discord and commentate over it for a video. Okay. You know, I kind of like that, man. But the problem with that is, ooh, that's a good idea. That's a good idea. Let me think about that. That's not a horrible way to do it. Would you guys watch that? Would you watch that? Would that be interesting? It might be better in like a live format, in my opinion. I mean, I'm not positive, but I feel like it would be. I don't know. How do you guys feel about that? Good suggestion, though. Spaceman 3007 says, how much would you estimate I can make per hour flipping at 200 mil? I'm hitting about 1 mil per hour. You should be able to get a little bit more than a mil per hour, maybe like 1.5 average, and then 2 mil on a good day for sure. But you should be able to get a little bit more with 200 mil, I would say. 1.5 should be like a standard. Or at least maybe a good goal to go for, but I wouldn't think about it like an hourly profit rate. Think of it as like a weekly profit rate, right? And I say this a lot because every single day on the Grand Exchange is completely different. Some days you're going to have a ton of luck. Some days you're going to have like no luck. Like today, I would say this is like what I would say is it's a very standard average luck so far. This is like a very standard session. 3.5 mil, 50 minutes in, like pretty average for me considering the types of items we're flipping here. I would, you know, it's kind of hard to gauge, like, because here's the thing is, if I'm flipping high margin items, the first hour that I'm flipping, I'm not really making that much because I'm trying to hunt where margins are. Maybe I've like bought or sold one things for like a loss, or not a huge loss, but just like a little loss. So I'm still trying to figure out where those margins are, but like hours 2 and 3, that's where my real profit comes in and makes up for that first hour. That's how you get those like 6 mil an hour rates, is by flipping those really big items and just being on top of that margin and getting kind of lucky with it. But as far as like safe flipping goes, this is a very standard rate right now, 3.8 mil with, you know, how large is the cash stack? 1.6 bill. Like really, we should be using 2 accounts because you can see how much money I have sitting idly now. And you really don't want money sitting around in your inventory when you're flipping on the Grand Exchange. You want to use as much money as you can at all times because that money is leverage and you want to use that as best you can to make more money. So when you have a lot of money sitting, that's a big margin. That's really, really large. Instead of paying for a check on that, we're just going to try to sell the one Kodai back around where we bought it, and then we're going to try to cycle it back in at a lower price, because I don't want to just instantly sell this back and take a huge margin check loss on it, as it's bigger than I anticipated. So that's how we're going to mitigate that risk a little bit here. By the way, guys, if you're not with us in our Discord group, be sure to join us with the link in the description below. We would love to have you in our Discord group. We have a team dedicated to flipping and money making in old school RuneScape, and guys, it's such an amazing place to learn. People in the live chat will vouch for it, I am sure. And if you're not in there, you're missing out on a lot of great flips that'll help you make more profit per hour. So definitely go ahead and check that out. If you have the time, we would love to have you in there. Also, give us a subscription on YouTube, a follow on Twitch, whatever your preferred viewing platform is. We prefer YouTube because then you can see the videos as well, but it is what it is, guys. And on top of it all, join us in our clan chat, Scapenomics. We'd love to see you there, man. Michael Panda says you can get around 3 mil an hour with 200 mil if you actively flip while changing the prices if they stop coming in. That is true, Mike. You definitely could. Like, it also depends on how much flipping experience you have, right? If you're used to flipping on the Grand Exchange, you've worked like through like a 10 mil cash stack all the way up to like a bill cash stack, and you know like what's generally good to flip and what's not, then yeah, I think you could, you could make more money, like more profit per hour. The problem is when people ask that question, I usually don't know how much experience they have flipping. If you have like a little bit of experience, well, a little bit of experience is different for a lot of people, right? Like a little bit could be I have 1 day of flipping experience, or a little bit could be I have 3 months of flipping experience. It really depends how you want to look at it. Taylor Concannon popping in over on YouTube here. He says, what's good, Scapenomics? Your average daily is everyone else's dream. It's, my profits are not even like, they're good, but they're not like exceptionally great. I'm actually pretty risk adverse when it comes to flipping. I don't like to take a lot of risks. But anyway. Craig ARG says, gonna go grab a shower, but be back in a bit. Thanks, man. Thanks for leaving the stream open. Appreciate it. Big ups, man. I feel like that would be more fun to see live, says Eternal Gamma. I know, right? The competition? I totally agree, man. Did you try the Imbued Heart, says Jordan Savage? We did. Not a great margin on it, so we're going to stay away from it today, unfortunately. I think we flipped a few of them, though, but we're not going to flip anymore. Decent profits so far, guys. Things going really, really well right now. I would like to hit that 4 mil margin, or 4 mil profit, excuse me. So I'm trying to get this next scythe coming in here, but we'll have to see if we get that. I could just bump this up to where we bought the other one, actually, and we'll just try to get another one off really quick. That might not be the worst thing in the world, We're not making as much as we would have liked, but we might be able to stretch it a little bit more from there. We'll have to see. Sushi says, I'm taking a big risk on a 3-month investment. Good luck on that, Sushi, man. I hope you don't lose it. Did you do Elder Malls yet, says Mage Mize. We haven't done Elder Malls, although I do know that the Elder Mall margins have been freaking crazy recently. So we might actually have to give that a look. We actually just use this extra slot for the Kodai wand here. I want to make sure I flip this. And let's actually cycle out of the Toxic Staves as well. Okay, that was so not worth it. We sat on that thing for so long, and for like a 40k profit, and we ended up losing like 120k. That's just, you see, like, it's mistakes like that that really grind my gears, okay? 491 million GP. Let's do we did the Amulet of Torture. We did, oh, you know what was a good one? The Tormented Bracelet. This thing made me a killing yesterday. I actually forgot to post this on the Discord. Someone told me to flip this the other day. They were like, flip the Tormented Bracelet. And I did, and it made me freaking bank. So, anyway. I had like a 300k margin on them or something. It was just absolutely stupid. We'll go ahead and put a couple of those Tormented Bracelets in. We did get the Kodai off, which took us over the 4.1 mil, or it took us over the 4 mil mark, excuse me. Super solid. It looks like someone just paid for a margin check on that, so we'll definitely take that to our profit stack. Hopefully it wasn't one of you guys. If it was, then I'm sorry, but thanks for the profits. Saints fan in van, that's who it was. Saints fan, thank you, man. Dude, I hit those the Tormented Bracelets yesterday night. Dude, freaking bank on them, like insane amount of money on them. Like I think I made 1.1 mil on 5 Tormented Bracelets. Like it was just stupid. Yeah, we should maybe try the Elder Maul too, but the Elder Maul though, like, I don't know. The margin on it right now is insane, but I don't want to check that and then lose the money, if that makes sense. We could maybe do it though. Crossbow, not really a great margin. We'll try to get a few off, though. Now, the Dexterous Prayer Scroll has been sitting for 15 minutes. We could knock it down and try to sell them off, but actually, we are going to do that. I was just going to let it sit here, but I just remembered that the Dexterous has gone up a fair bit in price these past few days, so it's probably not a great situation to hold on to those for too long, so we're just going to bump them down on margin a little bit, try to get a little bit more money out of them. Undercutting me on my bracelets, big oof. I'm sorry, brawlers, man. It's nothing personal, dude. When it comes to the Grand Exchange, you have to think about it as your profits over anyone else's, as toxic as that sounds, but it's not like I really meant to do it anyway. Let's actually merge these into one slot here. And we'll get those off there. Really nice. Yeah, we're kind of waiting on a lot of this stuff to sell off here. Luckily, we started getting those Armadillo Helmets off, which is really, really great. Still waiting for the Scythe of Vitor to come in. I thought it would have bought pretty quickly once we bumped it back up, but it hasn't bought yet, so we'll just wait a little bit longer on that one. Decent profits all around so far, though, guys. Can't complain too much. Super solid. Can't complain. And the Dexterous started selling off as well, too, so that's nice. 513 mil. Let me think of, try the Armadillo Crossbow. I haven't done this. Well, no, I don't want to touch any more Armadillo today. You know what? It doesn't deserve it. Let's do the... Can't really think. I'd like to do... I wanted to do some bigger margin stuff, but I don't think I'm going to do that. I guess we'll do the Elder Maul. Why not? Yeah, look at this thing. Completely crashing back down in price. I think this is going to be a tough flip today. Oh, yeah, it's not even worth doing. For how risky it is, not even worth it. Ranger Boots. Jordan, I like the Ranger Boots. They take too long, and we already did the Pegasian, or the Primordial Boots, but we could give the Pegasian Boots a shot. We haven't checked those out yet. Also, we still have Justiciar pieces we can flip, but I don't know how long we're going to be streaming. Ooh! Okay, we'll take that. Let's just go all in. Huge, massive quantity listed. Let's just go for it, man. And everything else selling off here. Things are looking really good right now for us. We'll just let these items sit for a little bit longer, I guess. He instant bought bracelets for more than my margin check, so I'm still happy. Hey, it's always... Sometimes, like, it could be a win like that, man. Sometimes the item just goes up and you're like, hey, I've got a bunch sitting right here. Can't wait to sell it off. 198 GP here, or KGP, excuse me. Let's do the Superior Dragon Bones. Now, this is a flip I used to not do, and then after the Twitch Prime event happened, like the recent ones that we've had, or once after they started happening, this has actually been a flip I've been doing. But we're not going to do it today because the margin's really not there for us. We'll also list the Grimy Ranar Weed. We'll try to get a few of these going here. Looks like they are having a slight price recovery. I did see that they dipped below 5K yesterday, which is quite cheap for the Grimy Ranar. So it's good to see them kind of being revived in... No, not under 5K, under 6K, excuse me. So it's kind of nice to see them being revived a little bit here today, guys. Anyway, if you guys are enjoying the live stream today, please leave a like. It really does help me out a lot. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this. I'm always bringing flipping content and flipping live streams to the channel for you guys to enjoy. So hopefully you do enjoy it. By the way, if you're not with us in our Discord group, be sure to join us with the link in the description below. We have a Discord dedicated to flipping and money making in old school RuneScape. So hopefully if you guys are interested in that, you check it out, and just let me know if you do enjoy that Discord group. I mean, it means a lot to me. Cody Brookshire saying, good afternoon, sir. Good to see you, Cody. We also have Saints fan in a van saying, I started my herb run 3-3 on dead herb patches, so can I get an F in the chat? F's in the chat for Saints fan in a van getting absolutely 0 RNG on the Grimy Ranar. About the same RNG as I have getting a pet in old school RuneScape, which I still don't have, by the way, just in case you were wondering, but I know you probably know that because we spent too many days at the exchange. All Jagex has to do is add a flipping pet, and we're good to go, man. They should do a 0.00001% chance that when you buy an item on the Grand Exchange or sell an item on the Grand Exchange, you get the flipping pet, okay? And what the flipping pet is a cash stack that just bounces behind you and follows you around in game. That's what I want, man. It looks like I'm gonna have to go deal with this Twitch spam we've got going here, so give me a sec, guys. We'll go ahead and fix that up. It doesn't look like the bot's working as intended, so please give me a minute here. Do apologize for that one. I don't even know how to do it. Anyway, we'll figure it out later. Sorry about that, guys. We're going to be wrapping up shortly here anyway, but I would like to get this scythe in before we can, but I can't quite get it in, so that sounded a little bit vulgar, but that's not what I meant. Let's go ahead and just try to turn these Pegasian boots around, and then we'll try to give it a little bit of a wrap up here. We'll let that do its thing there. Eternal Gamma says, Escapenomics, what plugin are you using to track your flips like that right now? It is a plugin called Flipping Utilities. It is my favorite plugin in the entire game. I highly recommend getting it. Can we clear the 5 mil mark before the end of the stream today? Come on, give it to me today, man. 4.4 mil an hour right now. Super solid average as we're here flipping on the exchange today. We have Relaxing with me popping in with the what's up? Good to see you relaxing with me. Thank you for tuning in today, guys. Really awesome stream. I mean, look at this profit right now. And we'll just cut back on the Grimy Renar as well. I mean, I do kind of want to leave that there, but I might forget about it, so. 99 fishing through 3 ticking and no pet feels bad, man. That does feel bad, Alharith. Well, I'm heading out. Good luck. See you later, Sushi Man. Thank you for tuning in today. Do appreciate it. And we're so close to that 5 mil mark. Can we get it here towards the end? I really think we can, but it's just all a matter of patience here and seeing if we can actually go ahead and get this sorted out. We'll have to go ahead and see if this is going to work out for us today. Do you think it will? Do you think we will hit the 5 million GP? I do think we will. Let's see, though. Nothing's guaranteed on the exchange, I'll tell you that. I think we've come to learn that with the Sanguesti staff flips. And there we go, clearing 5 mil on the session here today, guys, which leaves us at a, what is it, 4.46 mil an hour profit today. Super, super nice, guys. Anyway, I know it just feels like we're just getting into it today, but I've got to run, so thank you guys so much for tuning in today. Please leave a like if you are enjoying the live streams. It really does help me out a lot. I'm going to go ahead and get this next video out to you guys, get that edited up and ready to release for next week, honestly, because I'm ready to get some content out for you guys in the video format. So I know you guys love these live streams. The hype on these last few live streams, guys, incredible. So thank you so much so far. I mean, it's just really awesome. So 5.1 mil in profit, super nice session. One last question coming in from Lionel ONG. He says, Escapenomics, do you look for good ROI when flipping? Not really, because ROI is not always a great measure, because if you flip a scythe for a 0.0001% ROI, that's still like, I don't know if that's the actual calculation, but if you flip it for a small ROI, it can still be like a 500k flip, which, I mean, that's a lot of money to some people, so. Anyway, guys, thank you for tuning in today. Be sure to drop a like if you did enjoy. If you haven't joined us on Discord yet already, be sure to join us in the description below. We'd love to have you in that Discord group. It's dedicated to flipping, and we have a lot of members in there that can help you out. We're almost at 1,900 members and coming up on that 2,000 membership soon, so we really would appreciate it. Anyway, guys, thank you for tuning in today. Leave a like if you did enjoy, and I'll see you all in the next one.